Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Living in Halifax. Today we're actually in Truro, Nova Scotia, which is a community located about an hour away on a divided highway. And we're going to be doing a little neighborhood spotlight on the community of Truro. So I hope you enjoy. When it comes to amenities, Truro actually has everything you need. This is a small city almost, you could consider it. We've got lots of restaurants, shopping. You've got quite a bit of park space here as well. You're located on one of the tributaries that feeds into the Bay of Fundy, which is a really big, natural attraction here in Nova Scotia. But you also have a lot of kind of other amenities. So you've got good schools here. You've got the Dalhousie University Agricultural Campus as well as Nova Scotia Community College for schooling. And you also have a large new athletic center. So, they've got a semi-pro hockey team. They've recently announced they're going to put a semi-pro basketball team here as well. But they've got a big community pool there, community gym, and they also have a really large hospital here. So, realistically, you've got everything that you kind of find close to the Halifax, regional municipality. You're just a little bit further away in a little bit smaller of a town.
Truro is home to many shops and restaurants for a large part of Nova Scotia. They have car dealerships, big box stores, kind of everything you would need, they have there. So essentially, a lot of people will drive into Truro that are part of mainland Nova Scotia, whether it's Amherst, which is about an hour to the west, or you can even get up to parts almost by Cape Breton, which is about an hour to the east. However, even those towns do have any shopping that they would need, but if they need any larger scale shopping, Truro is home to a more plentiful area that can service those needs. If not, you can always go into Halifax, which is again about an hour's drive, or Dartmouth Crossing, which is only about 45 minutes.
Okay, so here's the Truro Walmart. Here is the Truro Golf Club. So there's one of the bars, the Engine Room. It's a pretty popular bar around here. And again, we're kind of in downtown Truro. This right there is the Via Rail station, which is Canada's, long haul passenger rail. And that will take you into Halifax, or if you're feeling like a bit of a longer trip, it'll take you across the country. It feeds into the States as well. Nice little parks called Kiwanis Park. All right, so let's talk about the vibe of Truro. Now, Truro's a town of around 12,000 people. There's a lot of, farms around this area, as well as the forestry industry and some other kind of staple industries in Truro. But you get a pretty slow moving pace of life here. And then you also have people that are either living and working in Truro, some commute into Halifax, but regardless, it's kind of a small town vibe. However, it happens to be one of Nova Scotia's, larger towns between Halifax, Truro, and Sydney. Truro just offers a bit more access to the rest of the province. So overall, slow, small town vibe, and people love to live here that do. All right, so when it comes to housing in Truro, there's really just a few options. There's no real condo buildings in Truro, though they are building apartment buildings now for people to rent in. But most of the time you're going to find standalone houses, maybe some townhouse style stuff. But the big thing here is that it's going to be much cheaper than what you would find in Halifax. You've got some decent sized homes on certain streets, and you've got some smaller sized homes. So you're really going to have quite a bit of variety when it comes to what you're looking for. And again, if you are looking for a bit more land with a house or something like that, then this may be a place where it's much more affordable and a good place to get in. All right, so let's talk about transportation. Now, Truro obviously is located about an hour door to door from downtown Halifax to downtown Truro. So The nice thing there is that you're on a divided highway all the way in, which makes travel quite easy. However, there's no real large-scale transit that leads you into Halifax. There is a bus, maritime bus, which is kind of more long-haul bus trips, as well as via rail, which again, not very practical if you're looking to do a commute into Halifax. But, you know, definitely having a car is something that you should 100% consider, or at least having some form of car sharing or something along those lines if you are going to be commuting into Halifax. If you're going to be working in Truro, not a big deal at all. Again, there's no real public transportation in Truro. And one other thing I will add is that Truro's really only about a half an hour away to the Halifax International Airport. So if you're going to be doing a lot of travel for business or something along those lines, then maybe that's another option that would be attractive to you. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Neighborhood Spotlights today in Truro, Nova Scotia. Once again, I'm Tom Moore. And if you're thinking about making a move to Halifax or anywhere in Nova Scotia, then feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you. Have a great day.